Hey, GW back again with the review of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I just finished watching it, and I want to say, first of all, I got the director's name wrong yesterday. I said Guillermo del Toro. Here, it's Guillermo del Toro. So, sorry about all that. Secondly, if you saw any of his stuff, like I said, Pan's Labyrinth and The Orphanage, you know that he has his own style of atmosphere when it comes to these films. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is no different. I'll tell you what, having read the book, right here, y'all can see it. There's a couple of these. There's like 3 volumes of these, probably more right now. If you're familiar with the book, you will probably find the film a eerie delight. Why do I say that? Because if you're familiar with the stories, obviously they tie the stories into the movie with a girl named Sarah Bellows. Now, I'm not going to rehash the whole plot for you because I want you guys to check it out yourself. However, the wraparound story in this whole sort of anthology, you could break it down and make an anthology out of this, but basically, in a nutshell, Sarah Bellows was committed to an institution when she was little, tortured, and then hanged herself in the basement of the Bellows Manor. The Bellows in this film are the founders of a town in Pennsylvania, so good props for Pennsylvania. The other thing that I liked about it is that if you are familiar with the books, the creature design is done up to a T. I mean, they look exactly like from page to screen, and that's pretty cool. So, you got that going. The other thing that I liked is the cast. They make it pretty believable. I was getting glare off the reflections from the cars. They make it pretty believable. And the lead actress, who's got to be 12, 13, I don't know. Her name is Zoe Colletti. I think I got that right. Is amazing in this film. And I would not be surprised if she goes on to bigger and better things. What I like too about this movie, for a PG-13, it's pretty intense. And this has the first ever scarecrow transformation I have ever seen. Normally, you know, when you see a transformation, it's about a guy getting bit by a wolf, then the transformation hits. But there is a scene, guys. Keep getting reflection off of that, and I don't know why. There is a scene in here where a guy gets transformed into a scarecrow, and it's pretty awesome. It also has the story of the Big Toe, which is a gross little sort of black humor-ish tale about a corpse looking for his big toe in a bowl of soup. It's pretty cool. The other tale featured is the Mitai Dodi Walker, which, you know, reading that story, it's terrifying enough for a 7-year-old, but eerie enough to keep your attention. So definitely give Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'm not going to go into specifics because I think fans of the book will find it a terrific delight. And it's set in 1968. And why is that relevant? Because that was the time that Night of the Living Dead was playing in drive-ins across the world. And they acknowledge that. Another pop for Pittsburgh. So you have 2 pops in this movie. And definitely very cool. And even the scarecrow in the film is done up pretty creepy. I really enjoyed it. I was thinking it was just going to be some cheap knockoff anthology style. But once they put the story substance in it, got Sarah Bellows in it, the tales started coming together. And it's pretty fun. And it's a slow burn movie. And what I really like about it is that it's a good supernatural set piece. I mean, we haven't had one of those movies in a long time, since The Conjuring, maybe. You know? This one takes the spotlight off slashers, killers, well, not monsters, but slashers, killers, and brings back the supernatural aspect of a good horror film. So definitely look that up. And I don't know why I'm getting glare up there. If you guys can see that, I don't know what's going on. Probably the reflections of the cars or something. But other than that, you know, right up here, y'all can see it just dancing. It's a fun romp, and I'm really glad I checked it out. And like I said, I'm sorry I butchered the guy's name. It's Guillermo del Toro. I got to get that right. But awesome director, awesome film, and it's one that's probably going to be regarded as a less appreciative horror film because it does not have the traditional killers in it like Michael Myers, Freddy, which it doesn't need. It doesn't need that. And like I said, the kids in this movie are fantastic. And the lead actress, who I just said a minute ago, her range in this movie goes from typical teenager to crying and sobbing and the brink of an eye. So the drama is always there. So I give Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark probably an 8 out of 10. I think we're being possessed. Anyway, definitely give it a whirl. I'm glad I did. And if you haven't yet, read the books. And the other thing I will say in closing, that if you look at the drawings in this book, they almost mimic the creatures on the screen. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to show you these pictures, but if you pick up the book, you will notice that the pictures have a certain sort of flair to them. They're all stringy, skeletony, and they have their own style. And that is recreated amazingly in the movie. That is one thing that makes the movie, is that it could have been some cheap knockoff, but no, it's actually very done. And whoever did the effects on the monsters and the ghouls and everything else that appear in this movie is awesome. And this is a movie that did not need a lot of special effects. Just the monsters and just a creepy atmosphere. Definitely give Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Check it out. And like I said, I butchered the guy's name. It's Guillermo del Toro, not whatever I said before. But anyway, if you liked this, check out Pan's Labyrinth, which is awesome. It's subtitled, but it's a great film. And check out The Orphanage, another creepy entry from him. Anyway, GW my take, and I don't know what's going on with that. So maybe it's Cerebello's. Who knows? Talk to you later, man. Hope you liked the review. Click like if you like it. And like I said, I don't know what's going on with that. So if y'all listen to the movie or you listen to my review, check that out. It's got to be a reflection of something. Very crazy stuff. All right. GW, out. Hit like if you saw this movie and agree with me. More later.